actually formally taught in the ISW language and cultural school? Well, there's a follow-up. Name all of them. Yeah, you got it. You got all of them.
Yeah.
Is this something?
It's up there, yeah.
Do you have the printer?
It's there and you can just operate. Just a minute. See, can I operate from here? No, it's working. Yeah, you can go.
Thank you. So today, I'm going to cover a lot of the cultural and religious and some of the other community events that we have been organizing in 2017. Before I go into that, I do want to highlight that outside of all the cultural events that we have, ISW also has a full-time language and cultural school where we teach a lot of Indian, as you heard, 6 Indian languages. We talk about the culture and heritage of India, and essentially we give the kids an experience about how it was for us to grow up in India and what India is all about. We also have a health stock clinic. It's a full-time clinic that runs every week where we have physicians who come in and actually look at patients for free. It's a free health stock clinic that happens in the India Center. We also have a crisis committee that we'll talk about shortly after this. They help people in times of need and in times of crisis. So I just want to highlight that these are activities that ISW does, besides a lot of the other activities that I'll talk about that we have been doing in the last year. So we kick out the year with a lot of, can everybody see it properly? Yep. Okay, good. So we kick off the year with a bunch of activities in the January to March time frame. We had the Valentine's Day, we have Pongal celebrations, then there is the Saraswati Puja and Shivratri. We have Antakshari competition where teams come together and a lot of, they actually compete for fun. And last but not the least, we actually have a camping trip where we go to Camp Resolute in Bolton and we actually camp out for a weekend. It's a lot of fun. We do a lot of activities and families and kids have a lot of fun. Some pictures from these events. Yeah, so you'll see a bunch of pictures that essentially kind of covers a lot of activities. You'll see a lot of pictures from the campground, some pujas, and then essentially a lot of fun that the community has and ISW has with its members. Besides this, I want to also highlight another activity, which is the India Youth Group, IYG. Young adults, mostly of Indian origin, they in the age group 11 to 14, they form a group together. They organize activities, they have a good time, and they essentially serve and help the community with a lot of activities throughout the year, from fundraising, Walk for Hunger, to two of their very important events. One of them is a cultural program called Showcase India, and another one is they have Holi with Hamrahi. And Hamrahi again is a group of people of Indian origin who have aged and they get to sit with each other, share stories, share their life stories, and have a good time. It's people with the older age. So that's another activity that we have. And again, some photos from these activities. You can see most of the IYG kids having a lot of fun with doing Holi and showcase events. So another very important event for young adults and kids to join and get some life lessons. around leadership, serving the community, volunteering, and things of that nature. We also engaged in a bunch of other activities throughout the year around culture and essentially help serve the community. We participate actively in the Asian Festival, which is something that happens around the Worcester area, where Indians as well as a lot of other people of different ethnicity come together and celebrate their culture. As a lot of you may recall, we had some hate crime incidents in the beginning of the year. We participated in Boston in a candlelight vigil with people from different backgrounds, and essentially we were there to show our support. It was a very important activity that we participated in the beginning of the year. And last but not the least, ISW also conducts seminars on a lot of different events, from seeking jobs to seeking careers. We had a lot of seminars around the field of medicine, how to seek medical careers. We also had seminars around essentially how to cope up with kind of the violence and culture and some of the things that were happening around. And again, I give out some photos and pictures from some of the seminars and events. I think there's one that shows specifically where some of our members went to Boston to kind of show their support during the candlelight vigil in the early parts of the year. Our marquee event, our biggest event, the event that is attended by the most number of people is India Day. Happens typically around August. For the last 2 years, we have been doing it in DCU Center in Worcester, and we get almost 5,000 plus people. It's a very rich all-day event, free entrance with a lot of vendors showing products, lots of vendors selling food, and most importantly, a cultural event that happens throughout the day. I do encourage you to come and attend it when we have it next year in 2018, hopefully again in DCU Center. We start off India Day with a parade. The parade happens inside DCU Center, where members of different states, I mean, you can see here Telangana, West Bengal, Punjab. We actually even had the Nepali community come in this year, and you can see all of them, and I think there's a picture of the Kerala Association as well. Lots of people came together, and we have this parade where we march down the hall in DCU Center, and we actually have lots of fun. This is how India Day kicks off. And then throughout the day, we have other, as I mentioned, we have vendors come and display things like Indian jewelry, Indian clothes, of course food and things of that nature, and that happens throughout the whole day. And the most important part of India Day is, again, the cultural event. Throughout the day, you will have different dances, different speakers come in. Even the mayor of Worcester actually has a proclamation that he declares that day, and it's a huge event for us. As I mentioned, it's our marquee event, and it's a lot of fun. So I do encourage all of you to come and attend it next year when we have it. Besides some of the programs that we talked about, ISW is a completely volunteer-run organization, and our volunteers are always busy. I mean, besides all the other things that we talked about, we also have programs like Garba during the Navratri season. We have Diwali cultural program, one that happens in one of the Shrewsbury schools, and we also have a special Diwali that we work together with the Worcester Arts Museum that actually gets sponsored as well. That's another very important event for us. We participate every year in the Spirit of Shrewsbury, and there's a Kids Got Talent program that happens with it. It's an opportunity for your kids to showcase talent in any shape, singing, dancing, or any other thing, so and entertain, essentially to entertain people. So I encourage you to kind of check that out. We also participated last year specifically in the Westboro Centennial, 300 years of Westboro. We had a float and we had a parade. And last but not the least, the Christmas celebration. Again, I have some pictures and photos to go with it. Lots of fun, lots of participation. and again. There's something for everyone. This is pictures specifically from the Diwali celebration that we had at the Worcester Arts Museum this year. So to wrap it up, I actually want to thank each and every one of you for the time and effort that you put together for the society, for all your participation and everything that you do for the society. As I mentioned, it's a completely volunteer-run organization, so I thank you. I also, for those that have not come to an event or would like to volunteer, I request each and every one of you to give us some of your time, come to our events and essentially look at all the things that we do. We would not have been what we are without your support, without your participation, and without the time that you volunteer with us. So I really thank you for all of that. And Merry Christmas, have a great New Year, and have a great holiday. Thank you so much.